Proverbs 24, the Passion Translation. Subheader: Wisdom's Warning. Don't envy the wealth of the wicked or crave their company, for they're obsessed with causing trouble, and their conversations are corrupt. Wise people are builders. They build families, businesses, communities, and through intelligence and insight, their enterprises are established and endure. Because of their skilled leadership, the hearts of people are filled with the treasures of wisdom and the pleasures of spiritual wealth. Wisdom can make anyone into a mighty warrior, and revelation knowledge increases strength. Wise strategy is necessary to wage war, and with many astute advisors, you'll see the path to victory more clearly. Wisdom is a treasure too lofty for a quarreling fool. He'll have nothing to say when leaders gather together. There is one who makes plans to do evil. Master Schemer is his name. If you plan to do evil, it's as wrong as doing it. And everyone detests a troublemaker. If you faint when under pressure, you have need of courage. Go and rescue the perishing. Be their savior. Why would you stand back and watch them stagger to their death? And why would you say, "But it's none of my business"? The one who knows you completely and judges your every motive is also the keeper of souls, and not just yours. He sees through your excuses and holds you responsible for failing to help those whose lives are threatened. Revelation knowledge is a delicacy, sweet like flowing honey that melts in your mouth. Eat as much of it as you can, my friend. For then you will perceive what is true wisdom. Your future will be bright. And this hope living within you will never disappoint you. Listen up, you wicked, irreverent ones. Don't harass the lovers of God. And don't invade their resting place. For the lovers of God may suffer adversity and stumble 7 times, but they will continue to rise over and over again. But the unrighteous are brought down by just one calamity, and will never be able to rise again. Never gloat when your enemy meets disaster, and don't be quick to rejoice if he falls, for the Lord, who sees the heart, will be displeased with you and will pity your foe. Don't be angrily offended over evildoers or be agitated by them, for the wicked have no life and no future. Their light of life will die out. My child, stand in the awe of Yahweh. Give counsel to others, but don't mingle with those who are rebellious, for sudden destruction will fall upon them, and their lives will be ruined in a moment. And who knows what retribution they will face. Subheader: Revelation from the wise. Those enlightened by wisdom have spoken these proverbs. Judgment must be impartial, for it is always wrong to be swayed by a person's status. If you say to the guilty, "You are innocent," the nation will curse you and the people will revile you. But when you convict the guilty, the people will thank you and reward you with favor. Speaking honestly is a sign of true friendship. Go ahead, build your career, and give yourself to your work. But if you put me first, you'll see your family built up. Why would you be a false accuser and slander with your words? Don't ever spitefully say, "I'll get even with him. I'll do to him what he did to me." One day I passed by the field of a lazy man, and I noticed the vineyards of a slacker. I observed nothing but thorns, weeds, and broken down walls. So I considered their lack of wisdom, and I pondered the lessons I could learn from this. Professional work habits prevent poverty from becoming your permanent business partner. And if you put off until tomorrow the work you could do today, tomorrow never seems to come. Proverbs 24, Amplified Translation. Subheader: Precepts and Warnings. Do not be envious of evil men, nor desire to be with them. For their minds plot violence, and their lips talk of trouble for the innocent. Through skillful and godly wisdom, a house, a life, a home, a family is built. But by understanding it is established on a sound and good foundation. And by knowledge its rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, and a man of knowledge strengthens his power. For by wise guidance you can wage your war, and in abundance of wise counselors there is victory and safety. Wisdom is too exalted for a hardened, arrogant fool. He does not open his mouth in the gate, where the city's rulers sit in judgment. He who plans to do evil will be called a schemer or deviser of evil. The devising of folly is sin, and the scoffer's is repulsive to men. If you are slack, careless in the day of distress, your strength is limited. Rescue those who are being taken away to death, and those who stagger to the slaughter. Oh, hold them back from their doom. If you claim ignorance and say, "See, we did not know this," does he not consider it who weighs and examines the hearts and their motives? And does he not know it who guards your life and keeps your soul? And will he not repay you, and every man according to his works? My son, eat honey, because it is good, and the drippings of the honeycomb are sweet to your taste. Know that skillful and godly wisdom is so very good for your life and soul. If you find wisdom, then there will be a future and a reward, and your hope and expectation will not be cut off. Do not lie in wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Do not destroy his resting place. For a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in time of disaster and collapse. Do not rejoice and gloat when your enemy falls, and do not let your heart be glad in self-righteousness when he stumbles. Or the Lord will see your gloating and be displeased, and turn his anger away from your enemy. Do not get upset because of evildoers, or be envious of the wicked, for there will be no future for the evil man. The lamp of the wicked will be put out. My son, fear the Lord and the king, and do not associate with those who are given to change of allegiance and are revolutionary. For their tragedy will rise suddenly, and who knows the punishment that both the Lord and the king will bring on the rebellious. These also are sayings of the wise. To show partiality in judgment is not good. He who says to the wicked, "You are righteous," peoples will curse him. Nations will denounce him. But to those honorable judges who rebuke the wicked, it will go well with them, and they will find delight, and a good blessing will come upon them. He kisses the lips and wins the hearts of people, who gives a right and straightforward answer. Prepare your work outside and get ready for yourself in the field. Afterward, build your house and establish a home. Do not be a witness against your neighbor without cause, and do not deceive with your lips. Speak neither lies nor half-truths. Do not say, "I will do to him as he has done to me. I will pay the man back for his deed." I went by the field of a lazy man, and by the vineyard of the man lacking understanding and common sense. And behold, it was all overgrown with thorns, and nettles were covering its surface, and its stone wall was broken down. When I saw it, I considered it well. I looked and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest and daydream. Then your poverty will come as a robber, and your want like an armed man. Proverbs 24, New Living Translation. Don't envy evil people or desire their company, for their hearts plot violence, and their words always stir up trouble. A house is built by wisdom and becomes strong through good sense. Through knowledge, its rooms are filled with all sorts of precious riches and valuables. The wise are mightier than the strong, and those with knowledge grow stronger and stronger. So don't go to war without wise guidance. Victory depends on having many advisors. Wisdom is too lofty for fools. Among leaders at the city gate, they have nothing to say. A person who plans evil will get a reputation as a troublemaker. The schemes of a fool are sinful. Everyone detests a mocker. If you fail under pressure, your strength is too small. Rescue those who are unjustly sentenced to die. Save them as they stagger to their death. Don't excuse yourself by saying, "Look, we didn't know." For God understands all hearts, and He sees you. He who guards your soul knows you knew. He will repay all evil as their actions deserve. My child, eat honey, for it is good, and the honeycomb is sweet to the taste. In the same way, wisdom is sweet to your soul. If you find it, you will have a bright future, and your hopes will not be cut short. Don't wait in ambush at the home of the godly, and don't raid the house where the godly live. The godly may trip 7 times, but they will get up again. But one disaster is enough to overthrow the wicked. Don't rejoice when your enemies fall. Don't be happy when they stumble. For the Lord will be displeased with you and will turn His anger away from them. Don't fret because of evildoers. Don't envy the wicked, for evil people have no future. The light of the wicked will be snuffed out. My child, fear the Lord and the King. Don't associate with rebels, for disaster will hit them suddenly. Who knows what punishment will come from the Lord and King? Subheader: More sayings of the wise. Here are some further sayings of the wise. It is wrong to show favoritism when passing judgment. A judge who says to the wicked, "You are innocent," will be cursed by many people and denounced by the nations. But it will go well for those who convict the guilty. Rich blessings will be showered upon them. An honest answer is like a kiss of friendship. Do your planning and prepare your fields before you build your house. Don't testify against your neighbors without cause. Don't lie about them. And don't say, "Now I can pay them back for what they've done to me. I'll get even with them." I walked by the field of a lazy person, the vineyard of one with no common sense. I saw that it was overgrown with nettles. It was covered with weeds, and its walls were broken down. Then, as I looked and thought about it, I learned this lesson. A little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. Then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber.